welcome to the LpCast, the so-called Let's Play Cast, or the Let's Podcast, or in this case, it's actually the Let's Play Cast. Today we have a guest with us. Welcome, LpGrodus. Hello.
Thank you.
So,
You may also call me LpGrodus.
LpGrodus. Where does that name come from?
A friend of mine and I usually played Mass Effect 3 multiplayer online. And when he died, I would say that, why didn't you help me when I died afterwards? And that's from where the term LpGrodus was born from.
Oh wow, wow. Mass Effect multiplayer.
Yeah, Mass Effect 3.
Oh yeah, I never played, I tried it at a friend's place. I never played the Mass Effect games that much. They didn't appeal to me too much. But
I see.
How was the multiplayer?
The multiplayer was a lot of fun, actually.
Oh.
It was a lot more fun than the campaign. But that's because the third game is so much different from the first and second game's stories.
Oh yeah. Oh.
They removed a lot of freedom and it shows a more linear story, which I kind of get because of the game itself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had a whole controversy, whatever, of they have 3 different endings, but they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It's like you get 3 different color explosions or what it was.
Yeah, pretty much, and the final cutscene is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. But then
they changed that.
Yeah, they did like a thing where they retroactively changed the ending, which I think, sure, because I can understand, because it's 3 big games, and you've had these people being invested into the story, and then they get, then they don't get the consequences for their actions throughout the whole series. So it's understandable, but at the same time it feels like they just did the whole changing the ending because fans requested it so much.
Yeah. Although I have heard that some of the people working at BioWare wasn't really happy with the ending themselves.
Well, I can definitely understand that too. I mean, it might have been to do with they have to hit a deadline or something, so they couldn't put as much time into it. It's the Sonic 06 theory, where you have to rush out a game to meet a deadline, and then it's disappointing. Or in Sonic 06 case, it's a fucking train wreck.
And yet they managed to screw up Sonic Boom even worse.
Well, Sonic Boom is such a weird thing though, because I mean, obviously it's a tie-in with the TV show, but then you also the game is developed by a different a developer. So it's I mean, obviously you shouldn't release a game that's buggy like that, but at the same time it's you're giving the IP to a developer that's done similar games, but that hasn't really done Sonic games.
Yeah.
Because I think it was a Big Red Button. They did Sly Cooper, I think, or something similar.
Yeah, I think they made the 4th Sly Cooper game.
Yeah, exactly. And Sly Cooper is very different because you've got the more platforming and stuff, whereas Sonic Boom.
Yeah, platforming connecting with stealth.
Yeah, and also some minor combat elements.
Yeah.
And then you have a Sonic Boom being basically that, being more platforming, more combat stuff, and and then I feel when they did make the game, they didn't really delve deeper into the mechanics. It's all very simple. The combat is basically you can push the attack button 3 times to make a combo, but you can't go deeper than that.
Yeah.
And it feels a bit I mean, they could have done more with it if they were gonna go for that kind of style of game, but it is what it is, and at least you got some funny glitches out of it, like Knuckles being able to jump infinitely.
Yeah.
Did you see they made like an episode of Sonic Boom or whatever, the TV show, where Knuckles like flies into space, and then someone made like a parody and made it look like it was the jumping glitch.
No, I actually haven't seen the series. I'm not the biggest Sonic fan.
Ah, that's fine. That's fine. I haven't actually. I've seen like clips on the internet. It looks interesting. There's some funny stuff in there, but honestly, I don't think it's worth like pursuing really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we got a bit off track, I guess. Started talking about friggin' Sonic Boom, but I guess we could like properly start and tell us a bit about yourself.
Oh, that's a thing I really hate to do though. I really hate talking about myself.
You're standing in front of your whole like second grade class, and they're all looking with eager eyes.
Well, speaking in public is nothing I have a problem with though, because I've never really cared what other people think about what I'm saying or so. So that's not really an issue. But okay, let's see, what can I say about myself? I'm Swedish, I'm a frog. I do Let's Plays. I very rarely stream nowadays, but trying to get back into that when I've moved to my own place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's very short about me. And I say a lot of stupid things. I play a lot of games.
Oh. Well, that's...
Yeah.
I guess it's short and sweet. Works fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we talk about some of those things. Actually, I have a question. There's a sort of parody Twitter account of you, the LpGrodus.txt. Is that you or is that someone else?
No. I think it's a friend of mine actually, which created it.
Oh, that's.
I was as surprised as anyone else when I saw it.
I can't wait until someone makes a Cronite.txt, even though I don't think I say enough like catchphrasey stuff. Where I don't have like some good phrases that I can say to everything, but maybe someday. That's my goal with Let's Playing.
To get a text account created after you.
Yeah, be popular enough that someone makes a Cronite.txt. And knowing this, someone will probably make it as a joke after this podcast. Hooray. You do streaming, or you don't do streaming now, but you will do streaming soon.
Yeah, hopefully I will get back to it.
What's your style of streaming? Do you stream games that do you stream games like you do a stream of a certain game and then you stream that game until the end, or do you just stream like random stuff for a bit? I
usually stream random stuff for a bit. I used to stream Dynasty Warriors 5 continuously, but I took a break from that, and then I moved over from Twitch to Hitbox, where I started to speedrun for a bit. And then I kind of stopped with that. But I usually stream random games, some games which I've played before, and other games which I've never played before and want to, play through.
I see. Yeah, I do the same type of streaming where I streamed yesterday some GameCube game type of streaming where I streamed Mega Man X Command Mission, which is like a very nostalgic game for me.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, that game.
Oh, you played it?
I have it, yes. I've almost beaten it, but the thing is, the game kind of tricks you that you have beaten it.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, and then several years afterwards, I read, there's more to this game than I thought. And I thought it was just that, you beat the final boss, and then you can run around doing other stuff if you like.
Mm-hmm.
But nope, it turns out that there's some more to this game.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite games. I think a lot of people don't like it because I don't know, they didn't really like it. I don't know. I think it's really good. It starts out pretty simple, but then you can get some really cool stuff, weapons wise and character wise and stuff.
Yeah, I'm on the final chapter currently, and I'm pretty sure I'm under level because everything I'm encountering is just kicking my ass.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, I have that issue. I recently started emulating like GameCube games on the PC, and that's why I started playing that game again. And
Yeah.
I'm on chapter 3 or 4, the part where you get Zero and you have to fight the Eagle boss or whatever.
Yeah.
He's super annoying.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm a bit underleveled, but it's also because like you get Zero and then you expect to go directly to the boss, but even then you're still underleveled.
Yeah.
So I have to do like some grinding, and I don't know. I mean, I still think it's fun. The combat system is very, interesting. It like once
It's a lot of fun, yes, but the grinding in the game is
yeah,
terrible.
the grinding does take pretty long, but
Yeah,
then
it
there's
does.
there's like a lot of stuff, and then once you get the like optional super forms of both X and Zero, you can
Yeah.
just like wreck everything, which is pretty kick ass.
Yeah, that's how I actually managed to defeat the bosses in the boss gauntlet by
Oh
using
yeah.
their super forms.
Yeah, and then there's like a equip or force medal or whatever you can get if you steal from Epsilon. You can get the super force medal, which basically makes it so that you get like full weapon energy every turn, and then you combine that with the super forms, and you can just do the like maximum action trigger every single turn.
You know, if I would have known that when I encounter a final boss, it would have made the boss gauntlet so much easier.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. I don't know. I don't think I actually beat the final boss without using the super forms, which is something
Ah, I see. Yeah.
I would like to do that because it feels kind of cheap just using the super like ultimate forms.
Well, granted how difficult the game is, I don't really blame you for using a super item for it.
Yeah. And I mean, I was young when I was playing it, so it's just like, oh god, this is so cool, and everything's so easy now.
Yeah.
But then you have the optional bosses as well. You've got the Nine Tails, I believe. That's like
Yeah.
at the bottom of the normal
Yeah,
like
you need to find a
tower.
secret key for it or something to unlock the door.
Yeah, and then that boss is really hard, even with the super forms.
Yeah. Gotta
Yeah.
love RPGs. Having a super boss that is much, much harder than the final boss.
Uh-huh. I think that's like it's a bit of a cliche now actually because almost
Yeah.
every RPG does it. And I think the biggest offender is probably in I think it's Final Fantasy 12. You have an optional boss that has like 50 million HP and it can heal itself to full health.
Oh, how wonderful.
And I think it can take like up to like 2 hours to beat, probably more if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a bit overboard. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Well, Final Fantasy have always had Omega Weapon as a
Yeah,
super boss.
exactly. Uh, Actually, I'm just gonna Google that. Final Fantasy 12 optional boss.
I know that the European version of or release of Final Fantasy X had the Dark Aeons as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think the boss I'm talking about with like 50 million HP was also a pain in the ass because the American version of 12 had like a limit. You could not do more than 9,999 damage.
Oh, how wonderful.
So that's fun. It doesn't matter if you're over leveled or whatever. You can't like beat it quicker. But then the European version I think removed that limit. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Isn't it like that in Final Fantasy 7, I think? Or like a lot of the older Final Fantasies wouldn't let you do more damage than like 10,000.
Yeah, up to Final Fantasy X, the limit would be 9,999, I think.
Oh Jesus. I think that's really like crappy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's like, there's no point in actually leveling up further because
Yeah, but granted, in Final Fantasy 5 and onwards, You could actually do more damage than that since there were some types of items or skills or attacks or whatever that made you attack either 4 or 8 times depending on how you equipped it.
Oh yeah, I really like that too as well.
Yeah.
I think more RPG games should do that, because one of my like favorite things is seeing like damage numbers like just spamming out of monsters. I think it's the best thing ever when you have your character go up and they just see like numbers just flying everywhere.
Yeah, then you should try a lot of JRPGs for the PlayStation 3.
Oh yeah.
Like the Disgaea series. They like to have above 10,000 of damage.
Oh yeah, and they have like the super moves too, which do like 50 or more hits, and then it's like you just see these like incredible animations. I actually tried this game. How do you say it?
Disgaea, I think.
Yeah, I tried Disgaea on the DS, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a series for me, because it feels very grindy in a sense, because it feels like to make a certain level go up, you have to fight with them, but if they are low level, you can't really fight with them, and then you have like you can level up your items as well in the item world and stuff like that, and it just felt like, oh, there's so much grinding to do. I'm gonna have to do some editing now. Hooray!
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Well, anyways.
Well, at least you do some editing, unlike some other Let's Players.
Unlike a certain Phil, if you will.
Yeah. Not only he though, a lot of other people actually don't edit either. So.
Yeah, like a lot of the big Let's Players actually. Well, I think
some of them actually did a lot of editing back in the day, but when they got more popular, they got lazy about it and stopped doing that as well.
Well, I think it's because if you stop doing editing, you can push out more content.
Yeah.
And I think actually PewDiePie, he didn't do editing back in the day, but now he does like some minor editing. He seems to cut out some parts, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't like his content per se. No offense to him, he's probably a great guy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his contents either, but at least he donates a lot of his money to charities.
Yeah, I mean he does.
So he's actually doing good for the world.
Yeah, he's doing good. He doesn't just like sit on a big pile of money and be like, watch my videos, you scum.
I have a bad back and I'm in debt.
Donate to my Patreon. Oh Jesus, that will be something indeed. His Patreon's actually like decreasing now, and he's adding more milestone goals, which seems like, why, if you can't hit your current goals, why would you go further beyond?
Yeah. It's a bit funny though, because I was actually reading through his rewards and whatnot. You will get a shout out if you're worthy.
Oh god. Yeah, but the shout out is like $5, isn't it?
I think it might be, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a bit like high for just having your name said. And
yeah,
I
for one video.
I don't think people will like pay $5 to get their name said in one of his videos. I don't think that will give you like a bunch of subscribers or views if that's what you're looking for. Because I feel like getting shoutouts seems like a way to sort of promote yourself through someone else who's more popular.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I'm not too much for that. Before we got disconnected, I was saying Disgaea feels a bit like grindy.
I haven't really played it all that much, but yeah, I do believe you can grind in the game.
Yeah, but it
and
feels...
some parts will require you to grind, I believe.
And then it's
at least post-game stuff. Post-game stuff will force you to grind.
And then it's like it's not only leveling up separate characters, but it's also you can like level up your items by going through the item world or whatever, I think.
Yeah, something like that, I believe.
And then that, I don't know, it was a bit too much for little 15-year-old me. I think that's the thing I don't like with a lot of like strategy RPGs like Final Fantasy Tactics, Disgaea, those kinds of games, is that
Yeah.
you only get experience for the character if they're fighting. So like even if you finish the whole map and one of your characters hasn't really been fighting, they don't get any like experience. And it does make sense, but at the same time that means like one character will be massively over leveled and your others will like die in one hit.
Yeah. And the thing is with Final Fantasy Tactics is that the more you level up, the stronger your foes get.
Oh yeah, that's.
So it's that kind of thing as well.
Oh yeah, wow, that's super annoying actually. Or well,
It is.
not really, but well, I have some opinions on that. I feel like in an RPG, I like leveling up and becoming stronger so that I can go back and destroy opponents that are like really low level. But that doesn't really work if they become higher level with me.
The maps you've already beaten in Final Fantasy Tactics, they stay roughly under your level.
Yeah.
But it's when you progress the story, they become stronger and stronger the more you level up your characters.
Yeah.
So I managed to get stuck because I level up my characters too much for me to handle the opponents.
Oh Jesus. Yeah. But I feel like that's a thing in the game Dead Island. All the enemies stay your level no matter where you are, so it doesn't feel like you're actually becoming stronger because they have more health. So you still need to hit them roughly the same amount of times before they go down.
I was never really a big fan of that in games. Whether the enemies stay the same level as you, so you can never really become stronger than them.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's why I like God, now I can't even think of an example. Oh Jesus. Wow, I can't actually think of an example. That's great. But a lot of like older RPGs, stuff like, I guess I guess you could take Mega Man X Command Mission in this example, because the enemies do stay the same no matter where you go, or they're the same level in the older areas. You don't go back to an old area and then suddenly they have like 2 million HP just because you're level 99. I think that works fine. I think it's a lot of fun actually just to go back and just wreck stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Which I still think you can do in because I think a lot of like newer RPGs now that do that kind of stuff are, they give you like skills and stuff and magic or whatever that's more powerful and looks cooler, so you can still go back and then use a more powerful spell. So even if they are like even if they change according to your level, you can still like use new magic, and I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
Have you tried out the Final Fantasy 15 demo?
No, I have not. I don't have a PS4 yet.
Are you planning on getting one?
Yeah, now that Type 0 HD has been released for PlayStation 4, it actually gives me a reason to get a PlayStation 4.
And you also get the Final Fantasy 15 demo, which looks really cool actually. I don't have a PS4 either, or an Xbox One, so hopefully 15 will hit PC. I don't know if that's confirmed or not. I haven't really looked into it, but it would be nice for a.
I think Final Fantasy 15 is only PlayStation 4 though. Because I read that if Final Fantasy 15 wouldn't do well, that would be the end of Final Fantasies for consoles or something.
Does that mean that they will make other Final Fantasies for PC?
They will do. they will make Final Fantasy for mobile instead, because they were going to shift to mobile
Oh,
instead of
God.
consoles if Final Fantasy 15 wouldn't do well.
That's the worst though, because then we'll get more stuff like Final Fantasy All the Bravest, which is just you swipe on your screen and then stuff dies.
Yeah.
Oh god. I mean,
But the problem is mobile games are so popular in Japan, which is the reason why they're planning on doing this.
yeah, no, I can definitely see that. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't have any issues with like mobile gaming, because you can still make a good game on a mobile platform as long as you adapt it to mobile platforms and not just like you make a platformer with terrible touch controls.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that, if you're gonna focus your efforts on mobile, you shouldn't like make lazy cash-ins with like tons of microtransactions that require little to no effort to actually play.
Yeah.
Like
The whole win to play. I mean, pay to play.
Yeah.
Pay to win. There we go.
Pay to play. That's a new model I haven't heard of.
Well, it exists in the form of a subscription fee.
Yeah, that's true. Like MMORPGs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like World of
Although
Warcraft.
I've heard it's dying out more and more.
I don't know. I mean, World of Warcraft, I don't know much about it, but from what I have seen, they've gone more towards like making more stuff accessible to people who don't pay, and then if you're paying, you get more content.
Yeah.
But I feel like with World of Warcraft, what I think they should do, and this is just like my opinion, but that they could basically make it a one-time like fee where you pay for the game, no like monthly fees, but then you pay for like expansions and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I guess like other MMORPGs, other free MMORPGs, they could have like a in-game store that uses real money for some like buffs or cosmetic stuff maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of like the way MapleStory does it, actually.
I think a lot of free-to-play MMORPGs actually have microtransactions in kind of stores for new items and such.
Yeah, but then there are a few that do it right. I feel like microtransactions in an online game should be limited to cosmetics, or mainly cosmetics, because it feels like I don't like the whole idea of you can pay to skip stuff in the game, or you can pay to basically make yourself better than other players who haven't paid.
Yeah.
Like with oh god, now I can't think of an example either. Well, I suppose MapleStory sort of, but even then it doesn't have a competitive aspect of it. It's only player versus environment, so
yeah.
And you can buy like experience boosts, which make it so that you get more experience, but you still have to do the grinding or the questing, which is okay. I mean, if you want the process to be a little bit faster, then that's fine. But I mean, as long as it doesn't, since there's no competitive aspect, it doesn't really matter if you're higher level than someone else, anyways.
Did they remove PvP from MapleStory?
Yeah, they did actually. Or
oh yeah, because I remember when I played, it actually existed PvP areas.
Yeah, they had PvP in older. They still have like stuff where you can fight other teams, like team based games, which isn't PvP because you don't fight each other, but you do like goals and stuff. They had the whole like monster party thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But whatever about that. We've been talking so much now. Are you playing any games at the moment, or do you have any like favorite games of all time, or 2014, 2015, or of right now?
No, not really. I do enjoy some series though. For example, I've always enjoyed this Metroid series, the Tales of series.
Oh yeah.
I've always enjoyed Final Fantasy, although the later games are not so good as they used to be.
Oh god. I think my favorite Final Fantasy or favorite Final Fantasies are 6 and 9, honestly.
Yeah, 6 is my favorite as well.
6 just did a good job with both the combat system and the story is very interesting too.
Yeah, and I also enjoy the fact that you have a lot of characters to choose between.
Yeah. And also they introduced Shadow, which is like the like emo boy's wet dream. It's like dark brooding character.
Yeah.
And then it's always like, oh, I like Shadow because he reminds me of myself. He's alone around. He doesn't want to go with other people.
I like Shadow because he's an assassin.
Yeah, that too.
And he fights with his dog.
He's a ninja, so I mean that's cool.
Yeah.
And then of course you have like one of the best villains ever, Kefka.
Yeah.
With his iconic like laughter. Which, you know, I don't know. I really like Kefka. He was evil as fuck.
Yep. And he even managed to become a god.
Yeah, which is insane.
It really is.
But then now with Final Fantasy 15, they don't seem to be having such a serious story from what I've seen. It's like, oh, you're on a road trip and that with some like boy band. All the characters look like they belong in a boy band, honestly.
Yeah, as far as I remember, they were going with a more modern style.
Yeah, and then you have like cars and stuff, but you also have the Final Fantasy monsters. So it's like you have like a gas station, but then you're fighting it like these weird wolves. But you know, it looks neat, honestly. I'll be looking forward to trying it out if it does hit PC or if I decide to get a PS4 eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although honestly, I don't know. I think it should.
Although granted, they released Final Fantasy 13 for PC, so they will probably eventually get it for PC as well.
Yeah, probably. And I mean, it would be nice. Although the 13 isn't very good, from what I played.
I actually like it.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't played all of it. I've played a couple of hours, but so far it's been mostly cutscenes and walking in a straight line.
That's pretty much the game. Yes.
Yeah.
And a very bad story, which is kind of non-existent.
And then the combat is kind of like, you can choose your own commands and stuff, but you can also win by just doing the auto commands.
Yeah.
Which feels a bit like, I don't know.
Although I think it's fun considering how fast the combat is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean the combat looks great. It looks gorgeous. But at the same time, I feel like it doesn't have that like strategy element as much.
No, it's only very late game if you're doing the extra stuff where you actually have to have some strategy to your attacks and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, exactly. And speaking of Final Fantasy, have you played the like spin-off games, Crystal Chronicles and the like?
Yes, I have. I've played both Crystal Chronicles for GameCube, which I didn't enjoy all that much. The multiplayer was fun though.
Yeah.
I've also played the WiiWare game My Life as a King, which I enjoyed quite a bit.
Oh yeah. I liked My Life as a King. It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was fun, definitely. It was like very nice micromanaging your town and making sure that you had heroes and stuff. I think that was a cool thing.
Yeah.
I did like My Life as a Dark Lord more though, because it felt more like a tower defense sort of game.
Yeah, it was a tower defense game.
Yeah, basically, and I think that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then you had another like tower defense-y sort of game, right? I don't know.
Yeah, which was released on PSN.
And then it was
I think it's called Crystal Defenders.
Oh yeah, it was also on iOS and WiiWare, I think.
Yeah.
And that one was pretty cool because you had all the different like Final Fantasy characters and classes, which is pretty neat. Yeah. Did you play the Crystal Chronicles games on the DS?
No, I've only played the first one for GameCube.
Oh yeah. Oh, the DS ones are actually a lot more fun in my opinion because you have more character customization, and you don't have to carry around the jar to stay in your safe field all the time.
Ah, yeah.
I think that
That was
was
so annoying in the first game.
that was the worst mechanic, which
It really was.
which made multiplayer a bit more appealing though, because you could have someone just carry the jar and you do all the combat stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, then that'd be boring for the person carrying the freaking jar or pot or whatever.
Yeah.
Then,
Me and a friend played the multiplayer, and we would always take turn on which person carried it.
I mean, I guess you can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have the DS ones. The first one was kind of linear or whatever, where you had different character classes, but you could not like choose which to play. Whereas the second Crystal Chronicles game for the DS had you creating your own character, which was
Oh, that's pretty neat.
which is pretty neat because you could pick from all the different races and stuff, and some had advantages over others. There was
That sounds really good, actually.
there was one race in particular that started with a double jump, which is like you could cheese some of the earlier areas of the game because you had the double jump, whereas no other class had. And then they incorporated the magic system from the original as well, where you could like overlay the different rings and stuff to create the powerful magic.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. The story is whatever, but the character customization and the combat is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I guess a sort of general question, but how did you get into doing like Let's Play and YouTube stuff?
Well, I had seen a few Let's Plays in the past, and I was hanging out a lot when I was unemployed. I was hanging out a lot on a Scandinavian Final Fantasy forum, which I had been a member for a very long time. And a few people there were watching a few Let's Plays. The Mario Party Let's Play with Runaway Guys. And she had also seen the new Super Mario Bros. Wii Let's Play with the freelance astronauts, which was hilarious, by the way.
Oh, that one's so good.
Yeah. And so I felt that this sounds a lot fun to do. So I made a camcorder Let's Play of Donkey Kong Country.
Camcorder.
Yeah, it was very terrible, that Let's Play. And then I had a lot of fun with it. So and then my girlfriend told me about the Dazzle. Although she wasn't my girlfriend at the time, but she told me about the Dazzle, the capture card.
Oh yeah.
So I got one of those and started recording my own Let's Play on a new channel, which I enjoyed a lot. So I stuck with it.
Oh, well, that's pretty nice. Do you still use a Dazzle, or have you changed to like an Elgato or something more modern?
At first I switched over to an HD PVR. This was in 2012. I couldn't really get it to work properly with my TV at the time. So I had to wait until I got a new computer, which is the one I'm currently using now. So I managed to get it to work there. And my way of recording back then was kind of weird, because I would always have the sound from the computer in my headphones, so the sound was delayed. With the capture card.
Oh, that sounds a bit tricky.
Yeah, it was until I learned that if I put my headphones into the TV, I can actually hear the game sound when I upgraded my TV to a HD TV. And then I heard about the HD PVR Mark II, the gaming edition there. So I got that one, which was absolute crap. It worked fine for PlayStation 3 games, but it wouldn't do Wii U games. And then I heard about the Elgato, so I upgraded to that, and Ever since, it has been my favorite capture card.
It's been working fine with everything.
Yeah, I've had very minor issues with the Elgato.
Does it record Wii U games well, or?
It records everything.
Oh, that's awesome. I might be looking.
It records
into...
composite, S-video, component,
Damn.
HDMI, and it can stream.
Oh, that's awesome. I might be looking into getting one of those then, because eventually I would like to start doing more console stuff. Because right now I'm just like emulating everything, and I'm doing a let's play of a DS game, which I should get around to finishing, but I haven't had time to record.
Yeah, I saw that you were doing Portrait of Ruins.
Yeah. It's a
fun game.
I love the DS Castlevania games because I don't know, I really like everything in them. You've got a lot of like fun enemies. The combat is a lot of fun. You can have a lot of different weapons, skills, everything like that. It's just very varied in everything, and the boss fights are incredible.
Indeed they are.
I'm actually almost done with Portrait of Ruins 2. There's like maybe 4 or 5 more parts, and then it'll be done, because I just have some like more side quest stuff to do, and then there's a side area that's really annoying, and it's actually why I haven't recorded in a while, because I rage quitted on one of the bosses in the side area, and then I haven't recorded ever since. And, you know, I should definitely get around to that soon, because I would like to finish that up and have it as the one let's play on my channel, and then just a bunch of podcasts.
The extra dungeons, it's difficult, but it's a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, because you get a lot of the like bosses from the other DS Castlevania games.
Dawn of Sorrow.
Yeah, but then you also get like a lot of like bullshit stuff. Like you have to fight 2 of the Frankenstein monsters at the same time. It's super annoying.
Yeah, that's one of the most difficult rooms.
Which is where I'm like stuck. But then I realized the power of the Charlotte, the mage character. She's actually like really, really powerful, because she has a lot of like great spells, but you never really use her because you're so used to using Jonathan.
Yeah.
But then I started using Charlotte, and it's like, oh, it's really great. I'll probably be doing some videos exclusively with like Charlotte showing off all the spells and stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess that's sort of what's in the pipeline for me. I need to finish up Portrait of Ruin. Eventually, I would like to start the next LP of Maple Story DS. I think I might do that. I'm not sure yet. It depends.
Yeah.
What projects do you have planned, like currently?
Well, I do have all the games that won the bingo. The subscriber bingo I held last year.
Cool.
So the games I have to record from that is A Bug's Life, Battalion Wars, Cave Story Plus, Devil May Cry, Super Mario 3D Land, Game Developer Tycoon, and Kingdom Hearts HD, which I will do blind.
Devil May Cry, are you talking about the original or the remake or the reboot?
The original.
Good. I don't...
the HD remaster of the original trilogy.
Oh yeah, well, that's pretty nice. I like the original. I like 3 as well. I don't like the reboot all too much. I think they messed up the combat a bit. It just doesn't feel very natural, and it feels like it lacks impact to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I know other people like it, but for me, I have standards when it comes to hack and slash games. Which is such a shitty thing to say, because it's a video game, right? It's like, it's nothing like top tier high class stuff, but we treat it like it's the coolest, hottest shit around.
Indeed.
Yeah, but I guess that's stuff we can look forward to seeing from you then.
Yeah.
They all sound like they're all great games in my opinion. Especially Cave Story is fantastic, and
yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've beaten it twice.
I've beaten it twice as well. Once I did it blind, and then the next time I did it using a walkthrough to find the hidden weapons and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't done that though.
Well, maybe you can do it for the Let's Play.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You recently played Scapegoat, right?
Yep.
Yeah. How did you like that?
It's a very fun puzzle game.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's most of the puzzles are quite easy. There are one world that has a very difficult set of puzzles,
Yeah.
but
There's
other than that, it's a lot of fun.
yeah. I think you get the like. I don't know. Have you finished it yet?
Yeah, oh yeah, I finished it back in during Christmas times.
Holy shit! You have a big backlog. But yeah, there's the isn't there like the sort of optional like super hard dungeon you get after you beat all the normal levels, I think.
You do get a final level, yes.
Yeah, exactly. You get like some one that's like much harder than the others, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I haven't played it in a long time. I finished it during a summer break, like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Have you played the sequel, Scapegoat 2?
No, I got it in the Humble Bundle, in the SGDQ bundle when that was going on.
Oh yeah.
But no, I haven't tried it out yet.
Oh, I wanna try the sequel. I've only played the original. I'd like to try the sequel because I really like the aesthetic and also the the challenge of the game in that the puzzles are all very, they're not super hard, but you also need to like think a bit about some of them because everything isn't apparent from the start. It's not like say with Super Meat Boy where you can see the whole level and then you know exactly how to conquer each challenge. With Scapegoat, it's like, oh, if I push a button, then the whole level changes around.
Yeah.
Just interesting in a sense. I like Scapegoat. It's a lot of fun, and I was really glad to see it on your channel actually because I wanted to see it's a good way to like relive the game in a sense, or look at it again.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun. I think we're closing in on the hour mark now as well. So we might we should wrap it up, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I have one sort of thing that I do at the end of each show, but I actually don't know how long we'll be going because the stream died and then I had to start streaming again and start recording. But yeah, I guess since this is the Let's Play cast or the LpCast or whatever, I would like to ask, do you have any like games that you would like to highlight or any games that you are looking forward to coming out soon or that have been announced?
Yes, I do actually. Tales of Systeria.
Ah, nice. Which platform is that?
It's for PlayStation 3.
Aha, alright. Nice. Is it an entirely new Tales universe game, or is it does it borrow from the others? Like in a sense that
it's a completely new.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it actually has a open world this time around.
Oh wow, that sounds really cool actually.
Yeah.
I'll be I haven't even heard of it now, but now I'm looking forward to it as well.
Check out the trailer. You won't be disappointed.
Oh, sweet. I love the Tales of games actually. I think they're, a lot of fun. The combat system is so much fun.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I think it's one.
Even the old games holds up really well.
Yeah, but I think it's also because the combat is like most of my favorite games is very like varied in a sense that you have a lot of options. You can you can attack, you have a bunch of different skills, and then you have like super magic and stuff, or arts or whatever, which I think is really cool. I like the Tales games. They're one Tales of Symphonia is one of the games that got me into playing like RPGs actually.
For me it was Pokemon, but I loved Tales of Symphonia as well.
Well, I mean, I played Pokemon as well, but that was like I played Pokemon because it was Pokemon. but
yeah.
then not it didn't really get me into like RPGs and stuff. But then Tales Symphonia was like, oh, it's an RPG, but it's not turn-based combat. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, since then, I've obviously I do like turn-based combat, but you know, as long as they do something interesting with it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But I guess that's cool. I guess we should like wrap up now. It's been
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
yeah, it's been really fun talking to you. I'll
Yeah,
probably
it has.
tweet at you now and then, and you know, we'll see what happens. Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this is the end of the show. I'll be stopping now. Cool. All right. See ya.
See ya.